What's going on, guys? Nathan here, bringing you a review of my Blue Yeti, the microphone that I've been using for quite a bit now, actually, to record my commentaries, being I do play Team Fortress 2, and I talk about what goes on in that gameplay. So, before I really get into any of the features or quality of the Yeti, I'd like to actually, two things for, like, pre-context. One is just to get a notion of the size of this microphone. I have a brand new pencil here, so that you can compare at home. It has not been sharpened that much, so this is just like kind of a comparison of how big the microphone is, because, you know, I mean, the size of the microphone is a big factor for people, and especially with the Yeti being, it's known to be really big. So anyway, that's just a quick comparison. But the other context, or the pre-context that I'd like to tell you guys, is that, like, I'm not an audio tech guy by any means whatsoever. I mean, I'm just an average consumer, just an average guy looking for a good microphone for gaming and or recording, like, YouTube quality commentaries. So for that, I can tell you that this thing is worth the buy, but I'll get into that more at the end, and right now we'll go over some of the features of it. So like I mentioned before, here you have the size of it, and just, you know, it's worth like 1.5 pencils of these, you know, just kind of a thing about its size. But anyways, so front to back features, you have the conveniently located mute microphone button, which isn't really a big deal to some people, but to me it is, because on my headset, one of the reasons that I didn't like it, well, I mean, like, I love my headset, but one little annoying thing about it was that you had to, like, search for the mute microphone button and then switch it, and then, you know, talk to whoever you need to talk to in you know, not in the game. So with this conveniently located, however, you can just touch it really quick and then talk to whoever you need to talk to, and then, you know, touch it, wait a second for it to, you know, reinstate itself, and then you can continue with whatever you're doing. And once again, this might not be a big deal to some people, but it is to me, being I just hate, like, having to wait to, like, respond to somebody, where here I can just go boop, like, really quick, and it's muted. So just to give you an example of muting it, the light starts flashing, so you know, here's an example. So yeah, you just wait a second or two for the microphone to, like, unmute itself, because it does take a little bit, as I found out in one of my videos, actually. So anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much the mute microphone button. Here you have the volume knob, and people like complain on reviews that I looked up about it before I bought it, and they were like, oh, the knobs are flimsy, and it's like, yes, this is a little bit flimsy, but first of all, who gives a crap about the flimsiness of the dials? You know, like, it's the only flimsy dial on the entire thing, and plus, to back that up so much, this is never used. This is only for when you want to plug in your headphones, excuse me, on the bottom, and so that you can hear yourself talking in the microphone, like headsets. You know, if you talk in the mic, you can just tell immediately that it's working, and you can hear yourself in the headset. But literally with this, you almost cannot hear yourself. So I personally don't use the whole headphone dealio, because it just complicates everything on my computer, and it's not worth it. So actually, there's a plug for it here that I'm not really sure you can see. But it's right there, and then this is obviously for the power and or USB connection. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the front. This volume is for the headphones jack in the front, or in the bottom there. Then these two dials, or these two screws, actually, you can unscrew, you know, adjust the microphone how you want, and then you just screw it back in. So those are definitely useful as well if you want the microphone in a certain position. So oh, one thing before we turn it around and look at the back features, I will just tell you guys that this little stand here is meant, I'm pretty sure it's meant to reduce vibrations from whatever it's sitting on, but I can tell you that this does not do anything. So what you can do is you just get a simple towel. You don't need, like, a boom mic stand or anything, or like a stand, or I think I saw somebody using, like, styrofoam to, like, dampen stuff, but you can just get a really cheap towel, you know, just, I mean, I just folded it over like 4 times, and you just stick it under the microphone, and it takes away all of the vibrations. So I'll actually lift it up and put it on the desk, so you guys can hear what it sounds like with those stupid micro vibrations in the background. So I'm not sure if you can hear that, but there should be like a little tinny thing in the background where the microphone is picking that up. So I'll put it back on the towel here. So that's pretty much it for the front. If we flip it over to the back. So with the back of the microphone here, you have these 4 little patterns that I'll get into right after I get into this first knob, which is the gain adjustment. Obviously, this is just how much the microphone picks up your voice, but just beware, guys, for you beginners with microphones, the gain, if you turn it up, also picks up background noise the more you turn it up. So just be aware of all the background noise, and you know, whether you can just speak close and turn the gain down, or if you have to be farther away and turn it up, but just beware that that also picks up a lot of background noise. So out of breath because I had to just go do something really quick. So anyway, with these 4 features or patterns, I'm currently on the setting that actually picks up the front and back of the microphone if there are 2 people talking. So the primary one is actually the one I was on before, where it only picks up the front of the microphone, which is, you know, obviously the most used. But this setting can be used for like if 2 people are talking across the table for like a conference or something. So that's really nice for that. But so if I turn it actually back to the default one, where I'll actually be speaking in the back, but I won't be picking my voice up. You can tell that it's different because my voice is quieter, because obviously it doesn't pick up the back as much. So anyway, I'll turn it to the next setting here. This is the circle setting, as I like to call it. You can tell I'm not an audio expert because I can't just name you all of these settings, but feel free to look it up on Blue's website because I have all of these specs and stuff on it. But this is the setting that picks up every single direction of the microphone. So if there's like 5 people sitting around a table, it's really, really good to record like conferences or something, you know, because it picks them all up equally. So moving on to the last setting here. This is the setting that I don't really understand as much. I don't really get the reasoning of it, but basically this setting picks up the front the best, but it still allows, you know, the back and the sides, but it doesn't pick those up as much, so I'm not really sure why somebody would use that. But anyway, I'll just switch it back to the default setting here. So now that I've gone over the features of the microphone, let me get into the sound quality. So I bought this microphone for $90, and I believe Blue sells it for $110 or something on their website, and I got it from Amazon for $90. You know, brand new. You know, obviously just a brand new microphone, and it's just like a really, really good microphone for the money that you spend on it. You know, obviously this is the quality of sound that you'll be getting from it, because I'm actually going to record my sound with this microphone, as you see Sony Vegas in the background, and then obviously I'm going to mute the camcorder sound, so all you're hearing is the microphone sound itself. So yeah, for the quality, it's just fantastic. You know, $90 is just really good for this kind of quality. It's very, very good for, you know, using it for PC gaming, you know, just using it as a general microphone, and also recording commentaries. But sorry about that, guys, my recording got interrupted momentarily. So anyway, I was talking about how this microphone is really, really good for its cost, which, you know, I'll just sort of wrap up that part of it. But I've gone over all of the pros of the microphone. What about the cons? So there are like 3 or 4, and they're very few, very minor. People complain about the size, like I first mentioned in the video. You know, I realize that people bring these microphones around with them, you know, traveling like businessmen to record conferences and stuff, which this can take up a lot of space. But you know, personally for me, I'm a gamer commentator, so it sits right here on my desk, out of harm's way, and size doesn't really matter that much to me. That's what she said. So the other con is that it picks up a lot of background noise. That's a popular con as well. But I mean, as long as your house is pretty silent, you should be good in that aspect. You can turn down the gain, that would help as well. And I don't know, I mean, you know, background noise isn't really that important either, because there are ways to fix it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And the other con that I would pretty much say is that I guess it picks up a lot of the micro vibrations of your desk that your computer makes, and I give you an example of that before. I'm not really sure if it could pick it up that well, but anyway, so yeah, those are pretty much the cons. You know, it costs $90 to $110, you know, that sort of range. For you European guys, feel free to Google the transversion or whatever between currencies, because I cannot memorize what a euro is to a dollar. So anyway, because I know I have actually quite a few European subscribers, but anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much a review of the Blue Yeti. If you're looking to do YouTube videos, I would highly recommend this microphone. It's very good, and it's an all-purpose microphone. You know, the only hindrance to being an all-purpose microphone is that it's really big. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and you know, it's really good, really worth the cost. And yeah, if you guys like the video, please leave a rating. I always appreciate it. And if you're new to me, feel free to subscribe, because I bring lots of Team Fortress 2, and this is actually kind of a rare video where I actually do a real-life face cam. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.